Okay folks, yep, just a piece of junk I found on the footpath or near the footpath. I don't know where I found this one, I don't remember. I remember roughly where I found it in some ways, but I've forgotten. It's an interesting piece, even though it's a bloody boring as batshit type of piece. But it could come up a treat in black and white. So I'm going to blow this one up 400%. Okay, let's see what we have to demo with. We have here a piece of strapping from packing, a package strap. I'm familiar with this in my work, this kind of thing, but this doesn't come from my workplace, but it comes from, well, it's obviously something. Just going to line it up nicely in the corner. See if we can make this come up a nice treat. Oh, shit house. Positioning's no good. I've got it blown off the page. Yeah, I forgot that the paper is this way for some reason. Looks nice colour-wise, tone-wise. It's not a colour, it's tones. If you're familiar with a bit of colour theory, tone is like blacks and whites and greys, and colour is all the bright, fancy stuff, the colour. Hard to describe it, folks. Yeah, I do think yeah, I think that's how we want it. We're going to make it into a mirror image. So just going to dispose of it, but we made some use of otherwise something that was just a piece of litter on the footpath or near the footpath. So we're going to just put that up and try and make it into an interesting piece. A nice creative piece as usual. That's what we usually try to do when we're doing demos, pretty much. So I'm going to have to work out how big to make this. Yeah, that's come up looking quite interesting. I do wonder if maybe I should slide it over a bit. Yeah. Slide it over a little bit. Thought I needed to slide it. So I'm just going to slip it up over the edge. Make it nicely, sit nicely in there. Maybe enlarge it a bit bigger. And that's come up looking quite interesting. Again, we have to slide it across a bit more. That's really quite interesting. Yeah, over across. A little bit tricky. move it over a considerable amount. It looks a bit grayscale in some respects, a little bit wishy-washy. I don't know whether we're going to make that improve or not. I don't know if we're going to maybe change the original setting to maybe copied paper and see how we go. But yeah, folks, I'm missing a lost partner, Luigi. His name is Luigi, and I'm trying to get this material on the 6 o'clock news on Channel 9, and for some reason I've done this wrong. I fucked it up. I thought, hang on, yeah, this is part of my disability, is to forget things, is to forget what I've done and how it's meant to go. I don't know, I thought, so annoying, folks. I have to move it this way. Shit, sorry. Even though my disability doesn't really affect my ability significantly as a photocopier artist, it does still have a certain amount of effect. And this forgetfulness, not knowing where I've placed the original or what side is this and that, is one of those annoying bits in my practice as a photocopier artist, that even though I'm very good at what I do, I still do experience difficulties, and this is one of them. It's trying to work out how I've placed something on the glass, which way I put it, because I don't know, I forget. And that's come up looking brilliant, so we're going to move it again. We're going to move it across that way, because that is against the edge and that is enlarged off the page. I forgot all about it. I didn't know that, so fuck, such a pain in the ass. So having a disability can affect my ability as an artist still, but it's not as well pronounced as it is in the normal world, like trying to work in a normal job, trying to work in a job where it's important to remember things. And I had a cord around my neck and I came out feet first. I had the oxygen starved from me. I could have died, but I didn't. I survived. And I want to tell you something, folks, is that judging by what I had to deal with, again, this is not, still got to go across a bit more. But yeah, I'm a real survivalist, folks. Obviously, survivalism kicked in on the day I was born, because when I was a baby, I could have died and gone to a happy place. I could have gone to paradise, folks. And I do believe that little children who die, especially when they're little bubbies, go to a fucking paradise, folks. They go to a place that's full of fun and full of play, and adults go there too, some of them. And basically it's a place of paradise. And I could have gone to paradise. I could have avoided this bitchy world. I could have avoided this world, folks. I could have just died, given up and died. Surely I could have just thought, well, the oxygen's gone, I'm in a happy place. I don't want to come back to this world. I don't want to be... And yet the thing was, survivalism, folks, kicked in, and I survived the trauma. I survived being dead. I could have died, folks, but I didn't. And the thing is, I'm just such a survivalist, folks. I really am such a person that just loves life. Yeah, well, I do and I don't. I went through, I did go through what's known as an existential crisis, and that lasted for me about, no, that's shit. It lasted for like 20, just under 22 years. I suffered an existential crisis. And again, I wasn't ready to die. I wasn't ready to die. Death was something I actually feared. So as an adult, a teenager and an adult, I thought, shit. Yeah, this is the end of the black toner, folks. But I'm going to keep it going because like my survivalism, I've got to finish off this job. I don't want to have to set it up again, so I'll just delay changing the black toner. This is all black, so yeah, this was to be expected, folks. But like survivalism, I've got to keep this toner running. So how we do this, folks, is to keep this at bay. We add a little bit of extra air time or play time to our photocopier by opening and closing the front cover. And this should go back to being able to do the job. This doesn't get you through too long, but it's better than being interrupted in the middle of a demo, because when you change the toner, you lose your settings. Whereas when you do this, your settings remain, which is really, really dumb. Stupid, dumbass copier design, folks, from Konica Minolta. They shouldn't have made it like that, but they did. They cut corners. They're just about money. And that's their fucking survivalism, is fucking making their money. But basically, I survived the existential crisis. I'm now thriving, but I've had to deal with a lot of things from the past that currently hurt my presence. And one of the things that this existential crisis took from me was my partner Luigi, that we never got together. We met in the early stages of this existential crisis. And yeah, it's not nice, folks. Fearing that you're going to die and go to a bad place is a very, very serious thing to deal with. And it fucked up my relationship with Luigi. And I'm trying to get Channel 9 interested in airing this material. And this is another form of survivalism, trying to get on the air so I can kill off the ghosts of the past, which could affect my future potentially. Like, I don't want to be on the disability support pension forever. And this is, I forgot to put the, forgetfulness, folks. I forgot to put the mirror image in, but it's a nice print. But basically, I did some stupid things when I was young, and these things really fucked me up. And these are, again, survivalism was kicking in when I found Luigi, but it wasn't a useful form of survivalism. It was destructive. And now I'm living with the past, and I have to fucking try to make my future bright. And that's a form of survivalism, to try and make myself a future that's bright instead of a bleak one because of the past. So let's see how we go with this. So yeah, I could have died as a bub, as a newborn, but I didn't. I survived. For some reason, I just felt I must have. I don't know. I don't remember that far back. Who does? And basically, yeah, survivalism, folks. But that's come up a treat. I think we can now call this demo quits.